Rack systems are the backbone of modern distribution centers. Properly designed rack systems provide excellent long-term service and utility that will keep your industrial facility working safely and efficiently. While racking is the near universal standard for industrial storage, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Each business has unique storage needs, and using the correct rack for your application will lead to efficient and safe operations. First, choose a partner which is supported by a qualified rack engineer that works only with RMI certified rack systems. There are 3 important factors to consider: the unit to be stored, the method of handling, and the location and environment of the storage system. The first step in designing your rack system is defining the size, weight, and style of pallet and load that the racks must support. It's important to understand the capabilities and requirements of the lift truck equipment when designing the rack system, especially load capacity, maximum lift height, and operating aisle width. There are 2 basic types of rack construction: roll form and structural. Operations with low to moderate equipment traffic will be well served by conventional roll form pallet rack systems, while operations with high traffic or risk of impact by lifting equipment may be better serviced by heavy-duty structural pallet racking. There are many different rack configurations, providing a variety of storage density options, including selective, where every pallet can be accessed but up to 50% of your facility can be taken up by aisle. VNA, or very narrow aisle, allows density but requires specialized lift equipment and only 1 vehicle in an aisle at a time. Pushback high-density last-in, first-out, or LIFO, where the last pallet placed in the system is the first removed, can store up to 6 pallets deep. Drive-in, the best for operations with very few SKUs and can store up to 10 pallets deep. Pallet flow rack, which supports high-density inventory rotation and pallets are placed in the rear of the system and flow toward the front of the rack, first in, first out. And ASRS rack, which provides fully automated storage with very high density. Some systems can even be more than 100 feet tall. Another important consideration when purchasing a rack system is your area's building codes. New, used, and relocated rack systems must comply with all state, county, and city building and fire codes. Facilities in areas of high seismic activity require racks to be built to special safety standards. Finally, consider the layout and storage needs of your facility, both today and in the future. What inventory needs to be close to the loading dock, and what can be stored further away, and how likely this is to change. After you've selected the proper racking solution, make sure that the system is designed and approved by a qualified rack design engineer. A professional engineer seal will help ensure that your system meets the Rack Manufacturers Institute safety standards and building codes. Load application plaques are required to be posted in visible locations on all rack systems. These plaques show the allowable load and configuration of the rack. Any deviations from the approved configuration can potentially overload the rack and lead to failure. When choosing your rack system, consider both short and long-term needs to ensure that you select the right rack solution that will provide years of safe, trouble-free service. Working with an RMI member will ensure you choose a system that is efficient, safe, and compliant. For the latest information on rack selection and certification, visit RMI's website and read our blog at rmiracksafety.org.